Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will be talking about an alternative approach to bank reconciliations. My name is Sarvina Masha and these are my group members, Alia Farisha, Nurul Alia and Nur Hidayatul Jannah. Now I will proceed about the definition of bank reconciliation. Bank reconciliation is the process of comparing and matching the financial records of a company's bank account in its internal accounting records to ensuring and reconciling the differences between the bank statement provided by the financial institution and the company's own records of transactions such as checks issued, deposit made, service charges, interest earned, and other bank-related activities. The purpose of bank reconciliation is to identify any errors between the two sets of records. By reconciling these differences, we can ensure the accuracy of their financial statements, maintain proper control over their financial accounts. And now, the importance of bank reconciliation. Firstly is to ensure accuracy by maintaining accurate and up-to-date bank reconciliation as a key practice to avoid financial issues such as overdrawn bank. Next, to detect fraudulent. By doing regular bank reconciliation can help detect and prevent fraud. Unexplained discrepancies or differences in the bank statement may indicate unauthorized transaction or fraudulent activities that need to be investigated. And lastly, to help the auditors fulfill their audits, by doing bank reconciliation support the auditing process by providing evidence of accurate financial records. And now, these are common reasons for differences in bank reconciliation. First one is transaction recorded in the cash book, but not recorded in the bank statement. As example, deposit in transit refers to a deposit that a company or individual has made, but has not been yet reflected or processed on the bank statement. Next is outstanding check or unclear check, commonly known as unpresented check, simply means that a check has been written and accounted for, but it has not yet been paid out by the bank from which the money has been drawn. And lastly, non-sufficient fund or bounce check occurs when a person or business attempts to make a payment with a check, but there are not enough funds in the payer's bank account to cover the amount of the check. Second is transaction recorded in the bank statement, but not in the cash book. So the first example is other revenue, which is dividend and interest. Next is collection by the bank. Is transferring funds from one's own account to another, such as notes receivable. Next is electronic fund transfer, EFT, which is that a process by the company for its payment to its supplier or creditors, such as credit transfer. And lastly is bank service charge, which is fees or charges that banks impose on their customers for various banking services, such as charges for funds transfer. And the third one is errors, which can be made by the bank or by the business. Next. So for our topic, we use MFRS 107 as a reference, which is under the cash and cash equivalent or statement of cash flow.
Now, I will explain to you guys an alternative approach to bank reconciliation. As we know, we have a lot of methods that being used to make a bank reconciliation statements. Regarding to our topic, we will explain to you guys the detail about an alternative approach to bank reconciliation. In this approach, we need to take the balance that show on the bank statements and the balance in the cash book before making any adjustment that are identified when it is compared to the bank statements. Then we will reconcile each of them in turn to arrive the balance that should appear in a balance sheet. While having a complete reconciliation, then we will update the right amount of cash book so that the balance at the cash book is correct amount, which is the amount that will be shown in a balance sheet. Regarding to our topic, I will explain how to prepare bank reconciliation by using an alternative approach. Firstly, we will making a comparison of the final balance of the cash book with the final balance in the bank statements. This is the example. The final balance of the cash book is 18,350 ringgit and the final balance of the bank statements is 14,685 ringgit. Since the final balance of this question doesn't have a same amount, that means we need to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Then we will making a comparison of the debit side details in the cash book with the credit side details in the bank statement. We will mark right for the matching details or write off the matching details. For this example, the debit side of the cash book and the credit side of the bank statement doesn't have any matching details or an amount. That means we need to reconcile each of these transactions in a bank reconciliation statement. For step 3, we will making a comparison of the credit side details in the cash book with the debit side details in the bank statement. Same as before this, we will mark right or write off the matching details. In this example, the credit side of the cash book, check number 551102, have a matching details and amount with the debit side of the bank statement in a March 9, 120 ringgit. That means we need to write off this detail because we don't need to reconcile this transaction in the bank reconciliation statement. And then we will determine whether there are any recording error in the cash book for the same transaction. We will mark error beside of the amount. In this example, a check number 3, additional information number 3, a check of 240 ringgit from end deposit on 23rd March was wrongly recorded 420 ringgit in a cash book. That means we need to mark error beside of the amount in cash book and also bank statements. And also we need to identify the amount is overstated or understated because it is important to make a bank reconciliation statements. And then for the step 5, we need to check for additional information if there's any bounce check and mark as NSF beside the amount in a cash book. In this example, additional information number 2, a check of 2,300 ringgit from Hassan was returned to Setera Enterprise with the non-sufficient fund notification. So we need to write NSF beside of the amount 2,300 ringgit in the transaction March 17, which is Hassan. And last but not least, we will make a bank reconciliation statement. This is the format that approach to our topic, which is for alternative approach to bank reconciliation statements. Firstly, we need to take balance as per cash book that we got from equation. For this example, we will take 80,350 ringgit in the final balance of the cash book. Then we will add credit transfer not yet entered that we got from a credit side of the bank statements. For this example, the credit side of the bank statement is in a yellow area, and then we will minus bank lodgement not on balance sheet that we got from a debit side of the bank statements at the blue area. And then we will get a balance in balance sheet. In this transaction, in this format, we need to put errors that we wrote, which is overstated or understated in the cash book balance. And then balance is balance sheet that we got. We will add check not yet presented that we got from a credit side of the cash book, which is a green error. And then we will minus a bank lodgement not on statements that we got from a debit side of the cash book, which is orange error. And then lastly, we will get balance per bank statements. For information, balance per bank statement should have the same amount with the question or in a bank statement. For this example, the balance per bank statement should have has the same amount, which is 40,685 ringgit.
Based on the question 1 is from the following details, prepare a bank reconciliation statement as at 31st March 2018. Based on this question, the question is provide the cash book and also bank statement. The step 1, we should to highlight the same item from both statement, which is cash book and the bank statement. Okay, in the cash book, debit side is the receiving money and the credit side is the payment. But different to the bank statement, the debit side is withdrawal, which is the bank take out the money. And the deposit one, bank receive a money. So firstly, we highlight the same amount in the cash book and bank statement. Firstly, we take the 1st March, which is balance BD in the cash book, 2,600, and the same thing in the bank statement, 2,600. And then firstly, we should to highlight with the debit side in the cash book first. We compare with the credit side deposit in the bank statement. So we will see the March 7, March 16, and March 28, which is Joe 150 is same amount in the bank statement. 16 March gold 90 ringgit also have in the bank statement. Brown also have the same amount in bank statement. After we see we compare in the debit side, we compare the credit side in the cash book and the debit side in bank statement, which is March 5, big 170, March 12, John 435, 16 March, Peter 89 ringgit. After that, we take out all the missing figure and then we compute to more easier for you see the missing figure from both sides. Next. After you highlight the same item in the cash book and bank statement, we identify that the following are missing from the cash book, means like in the bank statement, it have the item, but in the cash book don't have the item, which is standing order 46 ringgit, credit transfer 95 ringgit by mean, direct debit of 150, bank charge 85 ringgit. And also we compute the missing figure in the bank statement but have in the cash book, which is a check paid to GU Sport Club for 96 ringgit on March 29 March has not yet been presented. A bank lodgement has not yet been credited. The check for 620 ringgit received from Sam on 30 March. After that, we can make a bank reconciliation. Next. From the bank reconciliation, we put the balance as per bank statement first. This amount we can take from the back. We can take the balance figure at the 31st March in the bank statement, which is 2,310. Next. After that, we add bank lodgement not on statement, which is SAM 620 ringgit in the cash book. Back. In the cash book debit side at 30 March, 620 ringgit. Next. After we add the SAM, which is 2,310 plus 620, it will become 2,930. After that, we less check not yet presented by GU Sport Club, which is that item it have in the cash book, back cash book in the credit side 29 March is 96 ringgit. Next. So after we deduct from the amount before, we will get the 2,834 ringgit as a bank balance as per bank statement. After that, we add the balance lodgement not on balance sheet, which is standing order, bank charge, and direct debit. That the item is in the bank statement in the debit side, which is withdrawal. We should to add in the next. We should to add with the balance as per bank statement. Standing order is 46 ringgit, bank charge 85 ringgit, direct debit is 150 ringgit, and with total is 281 ringgit. We add with the balance as per bank statement, it will become 3,115. After that, we deduct the credit transfer not yet entered by Min in the bank statement in the credit side, which is deposit 95 ringgit. Next. After we deduct the amount, we will get the balance as per cash book 3,020 ringgit. Next. We proceed to another question.
Okay, for the question 2, from the following information, prepare a bank reconciliation statement as at 31st December 2019. So here is the question provide the cash book and the bank statement. So as you can see, below the bank statement is the balance as per bank statement 800, which is we need to refer that amount after we prepare the bank reconciliation. So to proceed for the first step, we have to highlight the same amount in cash book and bank statement. We need to compare and analyze the cash book and bank statement. So highlight the same amount. How to highlight the same amount? In a debit side of cash book, you have to highlight in the credit side of bank statement. And in the credit side of cash book, you have to highlight in the debit side of bank statement. And for your information, as my friend told before, withdrawal is a debit side and deposit is a credit side. And other than that, you guys can also see the amount of check like City Council 108, Matome 109, Boy 111, and in a bank statement there will be the check 108, check 109, check 111. And then after you highlight the same amount, and there will be the left amount that you don't highlight under the cash book and bank statement. So that means there is the missing amount from cash book and that is the missing amount from bank statement that we will use to prepare the bank reconciliation. Next. So for this question, before we proceed to prepare the bank reconciliation, we have to find the balance as per cash book first, because the balance as per cash book is the important amount that we need to use and we need to put in to prepare the bank reconciliation. So here is the way how to find the balance as per cash book. We need to find the balance figure 1085 and then minus the last amount, and then we will get the balance CD 270. So this is the balance as per cash book that we will use for prepare the bank reconciliation. After that, we will see the missing amount from the cash book. So for the missing amount from the cash book, we need to refer the left amount or the amount that we don't highlight under the bank statement. which is the credit transfer 850 ringgit by George, bank charge 50 ringgit, and direct debit 400 ringgit. Back back okay. So here under the bank statement, the amount that we don't highlight or the amount that left is the missing amount from cash book here. And then under the cash book, the amount that we don't highlight is the missing amount from bank statement. Next. Okay. The missing amount from bank statement, a check paid to Sam for 210 and for Peter on 30 December has not yet been presented. And then a bank lodgement has not yet been credited. The check for 100 received from Joe on 70 December and check for 130 received from Lim on 31st December 2019. And then after we compare and analyze all the missing amount from the cash book and bank statement, we can proceed to prepare the bank reconciliation. So for this question, to prepare the bank reconciliation statement, we start with balance as per cash book because the previous question, we start to prepare the bank reconciliation statement with the balance as per bank statement. So for this question, we start with balance as per cash book that we already find before this because this question doesn't provide the balance as per cash book, so we already find it. And then we put it for the first step to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So balance as per cash book 270, and then we add and less the missing amount from cash book, which is we need to refer under the bank statement. Okay, back. Okay, here under the bank statement, credit transfer by George, we need to add it because this is in a credit side, deposit side. And then we need to add in the debit side amount, bank charge 50 ringgit, direct debit and 400 ringgit. Here, in a bank reconciliation. Here in a bank reconciliation, we add credit transfer not yet entered by George, 850, and then less the bank lodgement not on balance sheet, which is bank charge and direct debit, 50 ringgit and 400. So, and then we will get the 450, and then after that we will get the amount balance as balance sheet, 670. And then we proceed to add and less the missing amount from bank statement. So the missing amount from bank statement, we need to refer under the cash book. Okay, back. The amount that we don't highlight is the missing amount from bank statement. Under the cash book is the missing amount from bank statement. So here in the debit side, which is we need to less it, Joe 100 and Lim 130. And then in the credit side, we need to add it, Sam 210, Peter 150. So here in the bank reconciliation, we will get after we add the Sam and Peter, and then we less the Joe and Lim, we will get 230. And then we add with the and then we will get the balance as per bank statement, 800 ringgit. So we need to check from the question if it's the same amount with the question balance as per bank statement in the question. So here we got the same amount. If it's not the same amount, that's mean there's a wrongly amount that we have put on the bank record. So that's all, and then we proceed to differentiation method in bank reconciliation.
Next is the differentiation method. Wait. Differentiation method in the bank reconciliation. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of alternative for making a bank reconciliation statements. Regarding the topic, this is the alternative method and this is one of the others method for making a bank reconciliation statements. For the alternative method, it is more useful and accurate, and we don't need to balance in bank reconciliation, and it is often used in practice because the ending figure on the bank reconciliation statements have a same amount with the question. That means we can have reference to make a practices. And lastly, we don't need to prepare updated cash book, just straightforward from the question to the bank reconciliation statements. For the others method, by using this method, yes, it is useful, but it takes time to make a bank reconciliation statements because we need to prepare updated cash book before making a bank reconciliation statements. And we need the balancing figure in the bank reconciliation statements. For this example, even if the balance have a same amount, doesn't mean that our bank reconciliation statement have the transaction have a right transaction and amount because we cannot identify that our answer in the bank reconciliation statements is right or wrong in the bank reconciliation. And lastly, we need to prepare updated cash book before making a bank reconciliation statements.
And lastly, we'll proceed with the treatment of both of the question. So both of the question have the same two set of financial record, which is cash book and bank statement. So the first question, we identify the transaction that has not been recorded by comparing the cash book and bank statement. Second is we use directly the balance figure. We use directly the balance figure on the cash book that were shown. And lastly, we prepare bank reconciliation starting with balance as per bank statement. And for question 2, we also identify the transaction that has not been recorded by comparing the cash book and bank statement. And next, we find the balance figure on cash book first before proceed to prepare the bank reconciliation. And lastly, we prepare bank reconciliation starting with balance as per cash book. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.